Wait a minute. Why is this lower? Hold on a second. Alright, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back. This is Jacob Cast 2024. I'm my Monday Night Raw review. We're gonna talk about AEW as well. Hit that like button, leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section y'all want to see more. If you guys enjoyed the video, I'll make it like an hour and 20 minutes. We will talk about Monday Night Raw tonight, and we will talk about I should have talked about it yesterday, but I didn't have enough time. I had a lot to do, man. I've been focused on my gameplay walkthrough, playing Mafia 3 on the PS4, so I finished that let's play. But we will talk about Monday Night Raw, what happened on the show. We'll talk about the matches, the segment, the storyline that they're setting up. This is the Go Home show to Survivor Series this Saturday. And we will talk about AEW Full Gear that happened on Saturday. We will talk about that. Now, Monday Night Raw is over, but I went back and I showed some of the things here. Let me turn up the volume. Y'all can hear it, right? What's Scarlett doing? There was a backstage segment with the Final Testament, Karen Cross, AOP talking to the maid. We see Scarlett. Oh my goodness. That was a weird scene. So Scarlett saw that was Nikki Cross as Sister Abigail, I think. She had a segment with Scarlett. That was shocking. It's Pete Dunne. Wait, what? Hey. Whoa, what's going on here? Hey, Nikki. That was the backstage segment on Raw. Oh wait, look. Is that what Nikki Cross did? Everyone has something to lose. Man, they're really setting up this feud with the White Six and the Final Testament. I hope we get it for Survivor Series. The Final Testament of meddling with forces none of us fully understand when it comes to the White Six. Alright. We got Adam Pearce. Wait. Oh wait, hold on. I get this is something else. That they are the true workhorses in WWE. Therefore, it is my distinct honor to present their own symbol of excellence to fight for. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you the brand new WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. So we have a mid-card title for the woman. So they introduced a mid-card title for the woman on Monday Night Raw. Is it needed? No. Is it necessary? Absolutely not. Now it does look a little bit different than the other Intercontinental title for the men. Instead of it have a white strap and it's blue. So I guess it looked a little bit better, but still like the same, still lazy. It looks alright. I don't think we need two mid-card titles, especially when we got the women's tag team title. That means they need to put the women's tag team title on NXT and have it stay on NXT with no reason for it to be on the main roster. We don't need it. And how they gonna take up time on the show? Now we know that the shows are gonna be 3 hours in January. Monday Night Raw gonna be 3 hours. SmackDown going 3 hours. So they gotta give us something on the show because the divisions are not good. The divisions have been shit. There's not enough talent. So this is a way to give other people something to do on the show. Cause you can't just be the world titles. So now we got a mid card title. Is there gonna be a tournament? Because SmackDown, they already have a tournament. Is Raw gonna get a tournament? Or are they gonna just do a battle royal? Now they might announce a battle royal at Survivor Series. We don't know. So I guess Raw and SmackDown both got mid-card titles. Oh wait, hold on. That they are the true workhorse. This week, we're going to get a tournament to crown the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion. That is official. Wait, so next week? Hold on. The inaugural. Hold on. Cheers, and it starts next week. We're going to get a tournament to crown the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion. That is official. So this will be next week. Alright, so here's the match cards for Survivor Series. The men's war game, we got the Bloodline, Sammy, Jimmy and Jay, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns against Solo Bloodline, Bloodline 2.0. Solo, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, Jacob Fatu, and Bronson Reed. Obviously, this is gonna main event the pay-per-view. It's the bigger storyline. One of the best storylines on television. It's been the Bloodline Civil War has been awesome. Bronson Reed being added was random. They still didn't give us an explanation why he with the Bloodline. I guess it's just for War Games. It's probably just a one-off for War Games. Once War Games is over, we'll probably see Bronson go back doing what he does on Monday Night Raw. I'd be shocked if he stayed with Solo Bloodline. He's already outshined Solo. Now, they did announce that Jey Uso going to face Jacob Fatu on SmackDown, which has already been pre-taped in a advantage match to see who get the advantage in War Games. Now, CM Punk being added it made sense because his alliance with Paul Heyman. They did say that there could be a face-to-face with Roman Reigns and CM Punk. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be interesting. All right, here's the other match that they announced. Braun Breaker defending the Intercontinental Championship against Ludwig Kaiser and Sheamus. Now, tonight on the show, we did get a match with Braun Breaker defending the IC title against Ludwig Kaiser. Sheamus got involved, caused a DQ. They brawled. Brawl was crazy. We had security, referee getting involved. Adam Pearce came out and announced the triple threat match at Survivor Series. It makes sense because they need some matches on here. Because before the pay-per-view, we only had like 3 matches on that. We had both War Games for the men and women. Sheamus and Gunther and Damian Priest. Now this match. So this is 4 matches on the card. The Intercontinental title had not been defended since SummerSlam. It wasn't that bad in Berlin. It wasn't that bad blood. It wasn't defended at Crown Jewels. LA Knight defended the belt at Crown Jewels. So it makes sense that Braun Breaker is going to retain. He'll defend it at Survivor Series this Saturday. I'm pretty sure Braun Breaker is going to retain. It's still going to continue the feud with him and Sheamus. I think Sheamus will be the guy to win that Intercontinental title down the line pretty soon. I give Braun Breaker at least like 2 more months with the title. There's Gunther and Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. The build has been great. I've been loving the promo work between them. I love the brawl that Priest gave Gunther last week. Should be a great match. They have great chemistry. They had a good match at SummerSlam. Now, Damian Priest got screwed because of Finn Balor, and he's been feuding with the Judgment Day since they ended that and moved on. Priest is back in the world title picture. Pretty sure Gunther gonna win. Hopefully, now I'm pretty sure Gunther will win clean, unless they do a shit finish that leads into the Saturday Night Main Event. If not, then I think Gunther wins clean. And who are they gonna feud with next? Are they gonna move on or something? I mean, Gunther feud with the same people. He wrestled 2 people on 2 pay-per-views. Like he wrestled Randy Orton on 2 pay-per-views. Now this is Damian Priest again. Could be my SummerSlam. Could probably be my Survivor Series. He wrestled Sami Zayn at WrestleMania, and he wrestled them. It wasn't that Bad Blood, but they had a brawl on Bad Blood. But he still wrestled Sami. I mean, they were defeated on 2 pay-per-views. So yeah. Oh, the match was just made official. I knew it. I figured they would. For LA Knight will be defending the U.S. Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. So there's your 5 matches. Now, Nakamura just came back after being off TV for all those months. He was off TV since April, I think. And he hadn't been seen since. He came back. He's still a heel. He has a great attire, great look. He got that face paint on him. Now, this storyline had been once. Nakamura came back, attacked LA Knight, then he attacked him again on SmackDown. This feud had been once. It been was. Maybe they might continue it. We could get maybe LA Knight wins clean. Obviously, LA Knight gonna win. Nakamura not win the US title. LA Knight is mega over. He had all the momentum. He's the guy in the mid card. I'm sure LA Knight gonna retain against Nakamura. Should be a very good match. Nakamura's a great wrestler, but this is setting up for a Nakamura loss. Like he's not gonna really do much. Like he hasn't really done much, but yeah. So since they got 5 matches, I'm sure there's another match, right? Here's the women's war games. We got Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Candice LeRae versus Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Naomi, and a mystery partner. Now, as you guys know, on SmackDown, Jay Carter got taken out. She was taken out. She sold an injury on SmackDown. She was taken out, put in an ambulance. So I guess that could be part of the storyline of who took out Jay Carter. Now, I heard on Fightful that she had a legit injury, which is why she was taken off TV for a while. Either so, I think it's part of the storyline. Who's going to be the 5th person on Rhea's team? Maybe we'll get. Maybe it will be maybe Charlotte if she comes back, or Becky Lynch. I think Charlotte is the odd man. I think she makes sense. Even though I didn't know once Charlotte, but who else is going to be? It has to be a top star. It might be Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair. Now, War Games only made sense because of the storyline with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. I think Team Rhea had to go over, because how else is Rhea going to get a title shot against Liv Morgan for the championship? Even though Liv Morgan, Io Sky has a title shot, which I'm sure a lot of fans have forgotten by now, but a few weeks ago she won that Battle Royal where she's the rightful contender to face Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. So it's obvious that Io Sky might get her shot with Liv Morgan. Maybe we have to wait and see. Now the build-up hasn't been that great for the Women's War Games. It's been shit. No one cares about some of these women. That's it. Only 5 matches. Only 5 matches. Alright, now we got the main event. Bianca Belair and Nia Jax. Those are your 5 matches on the pay-per-view. Cody Rhodes did not have a match on the pay-per-view, and that's a problem. He's your world champion, your top guy. Cody gonna miss Survivor Series? Now clearly, they're setting up Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes on Saturday Night Main Event on December 14th. I think they announced it based on the great segment that Cody and Kevin Owens had on SmackDown this Friday. So Cody's not gonna be defending the title on Survivor Series. He's not even gonna have a match. He's gonna miss Survivor Series. Alright. Hold on. Here's Samoa to the corner. The damage being done. Hold on.
Going up top. No, Brady doing out here. Belair up top. A 450 to win the advantage match. She does it. Here is your winner, Bianca Belair.
So Bianca win the advantage match. This show felt less. I don't think they had no time this match. But the show ended. Hold on. So that's how Monday Night Raw ended. Bianca and Bailey staring down. So Bailey helped Bianca, even though Bianca doesn't like Bailey. She doesn't really trust her. But Bailey helped Bianca beat Nia Jax tonight. She pinned the women's champion. So I guess the babyfaces get the advantage match in War Games. And now the show.
I have been bringing my family to your house every Thanksgiving for the sick.
Alright. Okay. Now I can focus on the review. Punk and War Games. I don't think we saw Seth Rollins tonight. And if we did, I didn't see him on the show. CM Punk wasn't on the show. Punk and War Game wasn't out for Seth. I don't think we saw Seth tonight. New Day implode ahead. I think the big storyline is really the New Day. Alright. Now this is what we got on WWE. The show opened up with a pretty good segment with Gunther and Damian Priest. They went back and forth. Damian Priest dragged Gunther to the announce table. A very good opening segment, very good brawl here. Damian Priest looked strong in the build up with Gunther. Clearly setting up for Gunther to retain against Priest here. Priest really got in Gunther's head. We got Chad Gable helped the Creed steal a win from the LWO. American Made have been both very good. Chad Gable getting over. Crowd does chant "You suck." He's been built up at Kurt Angle lately. American Made that he won the matches. Well, Jim to be able to defend the tag team titles again. Looking for that one for a while. Shaman get a little bit of taste of his own medicine. Banger match, and then the fuck finish. Now we had the bloodline segment with the Usos and Sami Zayn. They said that Roman Reigns and CM Punk will sit down and talk ahead War Games. Finn Balor and JD McNugget defeat the War Raiders. So deep for tag team titles. So Judgment Day retained the tag team titles. I didn't watch this match. I didn't have time to watch this match and take notes because I didn't really care about it. I was hoping that the War Raiders would win, but it seems like Finn Balor and the Judgment Day retained the tag team title. They beat the War Raiders. War Raiders lost. So we got Judgment Day as champions, still champions again. I don't know why. I was hoping Judgment Day would lose because they haven't done just with the title. This is the first time they defended it since like what 2 months, 3 months ago. They haven't done shit with the title. These titles have been irrelevant. These titles are not going to be on Survivor Series. It's not going to be on pay-per-view. These titles have been devalued. They've been worthless. Finn Balor and JD McDonagh are still the tag team champions. I know it's JD McDonagh, but I call him JD McDonagh just to be funny. But anyway, War Raiders failed to win the tag team titles. Balor and McDonagh are still champions. What's next for them? I don't know. I don't really care. I'm just waiting for them to drop the title because I haven't done shit with them. Now, we did get Sheamus interference, the infamously brawl by attacking Ludwig and Braun Breaker. Now, they're setting up the triple threat match of Survivor Series. I thought Ludwig and Braun Breaker had a very good match. Sheamus getting involved made sense. Called the DQ. They all went at it. I can't wait for the triple threat match at Survivor Series. Obviously, Braun Breaker gonna win. I think he'll put in look with Kaiser. It cuts up the rematch with Sheamus and Braun Breaker. They're still building up the storyline with Sheamus taking that Intercontinental title from Braun Breaker. They could set up for WrestleMania. Now there's the new Women's Intercontinental Championship. It's been crowned. They did say next week that's when they're gonna do the tournament. We had a very good segment here with the New Day. New Day argue following Alpha Academy's upset victory. Alpha Academy, Otis and Akira Gonzalez, I think they won like what, 3-4 minutes. They beat the New Day very quick. And Xavier got mad. They had a very heated argument. It was great. It was actually the best thing on the show. They're really building up tension with Xavier and Kofi. I think they're setting up the New Day to split. I think we will see a heel turn. Now they have hyped up the 10-year anniversary of the New Day. They're having something big, a shocking heel turn. Something gonna happen. As I said, Bianca defeat Nia Jax in the main event. She pinned the women champions to secure the advantage match for one game.
I need these gift cards to get rid of a computer.
There's a voice that says you're made for more. You're meant to be a man of purpose.
Forward or forwarding in that story that happened on Friday that basically burnt down the IWC because everybody was just over the top excited about what happened on Friday Night SmackDown with CM Punk being added to the War Games match. Thoughts, or maybe we'd see a glimmer.
And he stood of Team Rhea got taken out, and that was Jade Cargill, who was left for dead. Somebody knocked off Jade, we don't know who, and they released the list of injuries. Jade Cargill, I mean, my goodness, I don't have it in front of me, but this woman, she's going to be out for a while. And apparently the angle was shot because she suffered a legitimate injury, and we don't know what the injury is, how serious it is. Supposedly she is supposed to be out for a few months. So that's what Bayley make an appearance, and Bayley gave Bianca the assist. Now Bianca does not like Bayley. Bianca and Bayley do not get along. But tonight Bianca had a smile on her face when she saw Bayley. She got the win, and so the baby faces are now going into Survivor Series with the woman advantage. And it appears, it's not official yet, but it appears Bayley will in fact be the fifth and final participant on the babyface side, as I figured she would be. She's the name that made the most sense. Right, a spot opens up. Bayley has no spot on the show. Well, now she does. Naomi will be very happy about that. Of course, begs the question of who knocked off Naomi. Wade Barrett on commentary was talking about, well, it would only make sense for it to be somebody from Team Liv. Of course, that's what they want you to think. It's either Bayley or Naomi. I've been flip-flopping back and forth in my head, but on the podcast I said Bayley. Bayley, though, seems like the more obvious of the two choices if you're going to do Bayley or Naomi. Honestly, best thing on the entire show, and it has me very much looking forward now to what they are going to do on next week's show. But that was the highlight of the night. We also had a couple of new matches announced.
Hold on.
They were letting it all out. They were letting all their emotions out, and it made for great television. And I can't wait to talk about this segment because it was the best thing on the entire show, and it has me Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. That was better than anything the New Day has done in years. This was an impassioned back and forth. They were letting it all out. They were letting all their emotions out, and it made for great television. And I can't wait to talk about this segment because it was the best thing on the entire show, and it has me very much looking forward now what they are going to do on next week's show. But that was the highlight of the night. We also had a couple of new matches announced for Survivor Series. About time. We came into tonight, we had 3 matches announced. 2 of those were War Games matches. We had a couple of championship matches that were added, including the Intercontinental title and the United States Championship. LA Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura, that is now official. That will take place at Survivor Series. And for the IC title, it will be Braun Breaker, Sheamus, and Ludwig Kaiser. They're going to have a triple threat match. So both titles will be represented on Saturday. But there was also some news coming out of the show tonight because I mentioned the Women's United States Championship. They're going to crown the first ever Women's U.S. Champion on Saturday night's main event. That's coming up on December 14th. They're already actively involved in a tournament right now on Fridays, but it's SmackDown exclusive. And when they announced the participants in the tournament, and there were no Raw names included, which I was kind of hoping there would be, it made it pretty clear that we were going to get a Women's Intercontinental title at some point. I figured that they would at least wait until the first champion was crowned on the SmackDown side before they made any kind of announcement. But they didn't wait. And Adam Pearce was out there in the ring tonight to unveil the brand new Women's Intercontinental Championship, as you can see here. What a wonderfully creative design. And honestly, I mean, look, it's not a bad design. It's just that you get tired after a while of seeing the same shit. But when you saw the Women's U.S. title on SmackDown, you had to know that the IC would look just like this. Look, I'm just glad they got blue in it. I'm just glad they added blue to the belts, but there it is. It's the same Intercontinental title you see every week, but on a white strap instead of a black strap. And we don't know all the details yet. We don't know all of the participants. We do know, Adam Pearce did say that next week is when the tournament is going to kick off. It will be a tournament. My guess is it'll work the exact same way, where they do a series of triple threat matches, and maybe they'll crown both champions on Saturday night's main event. I think they may do the finals for both tournaments on that show. They did not make that clear. They just unveiled the title and indicated that the tournament, what was it called? I forgot. There's so many titles, though. It's just ridiculous. Now we're in territory here with WWE where you can say the same thing. There's so many titles. If ever there was a time for them to abandon the women's tag team titles, which have really just been a tool for them to use in the story of Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Let's be honest. I mean, that's really the only reason why they're the tag team champions. Not a doubt in my mind that they at least were planning on building to a match between them at WrestleMania. That match may now be in jeopardy. We don't know when Jade is going to be back or if she comes back. There may not be enough time, even if she's back before Mania, for them to build to a match between her and Bianca. So it's very possible that's not going to happen. And it could delay whatever plans they've had. But the timing could not be any better. If they are hell-bent on introducing these new women's mid-card championships, there is no need for the women's tag team titles. In my opinion, it just renders those titles even more useless than they already were. And now that Jade is hurt, but we don't know what they're going to do with the women's tag team titles. They may have to vacate them. Timing could not be any better. Let them silently wash away.
Exactly.
You introduce the U.S. title on SmackDown, the Intercontinental title on Raw, and we just forget that the tag team titles even exist. There really is no need for them if the focus is going to be now on establishing these two mid-card titles. That's where the focus should be. You got your world championships, and now you have these two mid-card titles, and that's it. Put those tag team titles on ice, at least for a while. You don't want to completely junk them and permanently retire them.
I actually put them on NXT. They should have stayed on NXT's. Keep the women tag team titles on NXT since they only have they only have like 2 women titles on NXT. You got the NXT women title, you got the NXT North American title. Have the women tag team title on NXT and have them stay on NXT and book NXT main roster tag teams. I don't know, but not the main roster. These women tag team titles are worthless. Get rid of it. They have been devalued for 5 or 6 years. These titles are shit. Get rid of it. Nobody asked for these titles.
Put them on the back burner.
Yeah.
deactivate them
Yep.
because there's just no need for them.
Exactly.
Because now you are in that territory where it's like, all right, this is getting ridiculous. And it's not like their track record of utilizing all their female talent to the best of their ability is all that great. You know, if Triple H had this great track record of doing all these wonderful things with the women on Raw and SmackDown, I might have a different attitude.
Cody
But let's be
title
honest,
is now a fucking afterthought
that's not
because you're
going to
not
happen.
defending on pay-per-view.
So
WWE
the timing is
and
perfect.
fucked up. Cody.
Timing is perfect. Will they do it? That's a different story. Let's talk about this show. This is your Monday Night Raw review here for November 25th,
Woman Reigns have been every
2024. I am the Solomonster. And I am the Larry Fuck us. Always. Then, now, and forever. Fuck that tree. A little bit different here because Jackie Redmond was standing in the hit Priest in the head twice with the microphone. I have to kind of reclaim the old Gunther, and I think we'll see that. So then Naomi pitches Bayley. But I feel Chad Gable needs to win that match. Rey Mysterio loses nothing by putting over Chad Gable. If you look at the LWO and you look at American Made, you tell me, who needs that win more? There's your answer. So whenever they do that match, I'll be pulling for Chad Gable. I know every single time I do, I end up looking like a moron, but I'll be pulling for Chad Gable in that match. Now, I also have noticed something these last several weeks, and it was obvious here too. Brutus Creed. Brutus Creed has been acting like a goof. He'll point and laugh at his opponents.
God damn it, man.
All right, well, good to be back.
So Bayley joined War Games. Is she Bayley the last person? She joined War Games. It's not gonna be Charlotte or Becky. Bayley joined War Games. It does make sense.
Hit that thumbs up. We are
Gonna have to skip ahead here.
That's Kofi Mania and how Xavier
Hold on, let me skip some of this.
and his Renegade Bloodline 2.0. And we have the women who are missing one on Team Rhea. It will be Rhea. It will be Bianca. It was supposed to be Jade. It was Io and Naomi. So Jade is not going to be on the team. We need a fifth. So we will talk about who that fifth is as well, because she showed her face tonight on Monday night in the main event against Nia, Tiffany Stratton, Candice LeRae, and we got Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. So that is the Survivor Series card. Not much was pushed as far as anything extra tonight. They took a very safe route tonight on Monday night. We will definitely get into all that and a lot more. Also, the tag team championships were on the line. The War Raiders, Eric and Ivar, defended the tag team championships against the Judgment Day, JD McNuggets, and Finn Balor. And then we got the New Day, which seemingly everybody loved tonight. There was a implosion of the New Day, and they did announce tonight that they will have a celebration, 10-year celebration of the New Day, a reunion of sorts. We will see Big E, because there is no New Day without Big E. And Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, they were throwing bombs at each other. Legitimately, they wanted to rip each other's heads off. It finally came to a head, and they lost tonight against the Alpha Academy, Tozawa and Otis, in a very, very quick match, which surprised the hell out of me. And they took their anger and their frustrations out on one another in a very good segment where bombs were being thrown, jabs were being thrown at one another, We got mentions of the 6-second debacle where Kofi lost his title to Brock Lesnar on the debut episode of SmackDown when they debuted on Fox 5 years ago. We got Kofi Mania and how Xavier helped Kofi win the WWE Championship for Kofi Mania. We got bombs thrown, man. I loved it.
Yeah, me too.
I loved it. And I've always uttered, man, for years and years and years, I've always uttered, when the New Day is serious, they are fucking great. And I'm very much looking forward to what they do next week and how they go about this. Are we going to get a turn? Is it going to be uber predictable with Big E coming back to the fold? I don't know. So we'll go over what was said tonight on Monday Night Raw. And it was a decent show. Wasn't great by any means, but we will definitely get into all the shenanigans here tonight on Off the Script. Thank you guys very much for joining me on the Monday Night Raw post. It is Monday, November 25th. What a very busy week last week, man. Big week. AEW. The team, we need a fifth. Baker and Kaiser had a very good televised match tonight, which saw Sheamus throw himself into the picture. And we also saw Braun Breaker take one of the most scariest bumps that you'll probably see all year with what he does and the intensity that he brings to everything that he does. That spot last night, or tonight rather, was unbelievable, ridiculous. So I'm glad he walked out. All right, we'll talk about that. But the Intercontinental Championship will be on the line at Survivor Series. It will be Sheamus, Kaiser, and Braun Breaker for the IC title. They also added LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura. That's why I said one was built more than the other. LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura was added. That will be for the United States Championship, the Men's United States Championship. And it's great to see LA Knight get a PLE match, just like it's great to see the IC title get a PLE match. LA Knight is finally on a PLE defending the United States Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. We don't know why Nakamura is targeting LA Knight. We didn't really get a solid reason as to why he's targeted LA Knight over the last 3 weeks. So we're getting a match out of it. He's got nothing else to do. There's not really any concrete story as to why, but it's going to be interesting to see what they do there because Nakamura is back again, repackaged again, with a different look again. So it's going to be very interesting to see if he actually fares decently against LA Knight and if he could walk out the United States champion on Saturday night at Survivor Series. My guess says no. I don't think LA Knight is losing the United States Championship, but I have been wrong in the past. I just don't see LA Knight losing the United States Championship in a random thrown together match just to round out the Survivor Series card with 5 matches. So those two are added on top of Damian Priest and Gunther, who opened the show tonight. Nothing really substantial was pushed there as far as story. Gunther is still playing up this lacking confidence story that he's going into Survivor Series with. He's not very confident that he could beat Damian Priest. He's low on himself. So we'll see what happens on Saturday night, as I do expect him to walk out still the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And then obviously we got the War Games matches, the men. SmackDown. So we have to wait till Friday to get any answers to what happened on Friday this past week with his inclusion in the match. So we'll wait, and that'll legitimately be the go-home show a day before Survivor Series War Games on Friday, which, by the way, is a taped show on Friday night. As far as Monday Night Raw is concerned, not a bad show. Thank God it was live. Again, it wasn't the most exciting show that WWE put on, but they did add a couple of more matches to the Survivor Series card, which is always great.
All right. Braun Breaker doesn't care who he faces in that Survivor Series. Here are the highlights. Bianca Nia Jax main event. Now there's that 7 that they showed earlier with Nikki Cross, Lee Scarlett unglued after haunting attack.
Rough and tough, and he's sarcastic, and he's unbeatable, and he's a
Okay. Tried to end Randy Orton's career. He's been. Wood starts yelling at Kofi, telling him, "Run the damn play. You just can't listen. You think you're bigger than everyone else." And we follow them, and now Woods is turning up the volume. He says, "You're wrestling like garbage, Kofi." Kingston explains, "I've been helping you. I gave you my Intercontinental title shot, and you fumbled the title shot. You fumbled the crown. There's a reason that me and he never let you call. You're too reckless, and you take unnecessary risks." Wood says, "I remember when you were too terrified to take any risks and could never get a world title shot until I came along and took those risks for you. I'm the reason you became champion." "Oh, really? I was a Hall of Famer before I even met you. That's why you asked me to be part of this group. You still won a singles title. You know why you haven't won a singles title, Woods? Because you're not good enough, and it's not my fault." Woods explains, "I was good enough to fight for you. I was good enough to fight your battles. Me and Big E helped create Kofi Mania. We handed it to you on a platter, and you pissed it away in 6 seconds, losing to Brock Lesnar." Kofi is fuming. Like, we have never seen Kofi in this state before. He's like, "You or anybody else." And then he ends it, "I'll see you at the reunion, brother." And Woods, if this was on purpose, I thought this was like the most scathing correction. "I'll see you at the
Story that returned with the New Day happened also. They had one of the best things on the show tonight. It had to be something else. A shocking heel.
Big right at the end, and Kofi walks off. One of the best segments he's ever been part of. This was excellent. I thought these two were so great, and I mean, listen, I was a little critical of this feud. It's been a long road to this, but man, was this moment? This would have been so flat if this had come like 3 weeks into these arguments. You know what I mean? It just would have felt. It would not have felt authentic because nobody buys these two as hating each other. But they built it and they built it and they put everything into the segment. I just thought this set the stage for something big next Monday for the segment. And something big, I see what you did there. Well, yes, I think for sure you need to see him there. But I think to your audience,
Kofi let it slip. It's a reunion.
He kind of did let everyone in on that. But yeah, I think regardless of what you think the outcome is going to be, you know it's going to be something significant. That this whole angle has been leading towards this end.
By the end of this segment, this felt like it was a breakup moment 10 years in the making. So you knew it had to be good, and it was. They completely delivered on that. The lines that they had for each other were deep cutting, man. Like deeper than I thought that they would get, in the body of this particular.
November 25th.
Hell no.
They ain't
gonna do that now. Like, we got Zach Schimmel, our good friend, saying, 4-2, Denise. It was wonderful seeing you the last 5 years.
Now this just looks like the old Fight 4 that they had 5 years ago. No, I think it was 4 years ago. Now let's see what Denise has to say about this.
Oh, Denise, we're gonna release best of Denise.
That's such a terrible joke to make.
That this was coming. They had not been told anything, but they assumed it when they were not involved in the SmackDown US title tournament
I think we kind of saw this coming. How are you feeling about it? Because my concerns remain the same. You got to build underneath contenders a little bit more.
Yeah, I also wish that the announcement would have been made on the actual broadcast of the show, not like a replay of it.
Sure.
I mean, of course, the show was really jam packed today because they did have a lot on this episode, but I would have liked for that to be on there because, I think fun. It makes it feel a lot more grandeur. It makes it feel a lot more special when you make the announcement live on the broadcast as is, like with what we're getting. But I mean, dude, what can I say? The Women's Intercontinental Championship, it feels nice that we're getting it. I know a lot of people were anticipating this. I think from the second that the United States title was announced, some people wanted it even sooner. And it's nice to know that we are in a place where all of this stuff is happening for the women, where, and little by little, right? Every single year we've gotten something, right? A Royal Rumble, a War Games, something new happens every single year for the women. And that's always really nice moving forward. I'm excited to see who is in this tournament. We still don't know everybody's name. At least I don't think so, right? They didn't announce the actual bracket just
I
yet.
don't think they announced that yet. No.
No, right. Okay, so I'm looking forward to see who's in it because I don't even know how many women they have on Raw to fill up a whole bracket tournament. So we'll see.
Like I'm gonna look up the roster right now.
It
We keep a
feels
great
good.
roster. We keep a great updated roster on our resources section. I don't promote this a lot, guys, but if you go to the wrestling tab on Fightful and go down to resources, we have rosters, contract updates,
Well, they
all
said
that
the
stuff.
time is
So
gonna be temporary.
they have
They
on
did
Raw,
say that the Wu
Alpha
Tag
Fire,
title will be on
Asuka's
NXT
injured, Bianca
permanently.
Belair is a
The
tag
Wu
team
Tag
champion, but
titles
she'll
are
still be
gonna
in
be
the
on
tournament.
NXT. They're gonna
She's
stay on
technically a
NXT
SmackDown
permanently,
talent,
but they're
but
not going
she's tag
anywhere. They're not gonna fall between seasons. They're gonna
Dakota
stay on
Kai,
NXT
Isla Dawn, Ivy
permanently.
Nile, Io Sky, Kyrie Singh, Katana, Caden, Kiana James has been sidelined. Liv is world champion.
So if you're a
Lyra,
champion, you ain't getting
Maxine,
drafted.
Natalia,
Triple H
Nikki
made it
Cross,
very clear.
Kel,
If you're a champion, you're not
Rhea,
getting drafted.
Shayna, Sonia, Zelina, Zoe. They have a lot of people.
Yeah, it's not too bad actually. Once you started naming it, I was like, oh, okay, I can see this person and that person. I think it'd be really cool if it was Io Sky.
Yeah, I would like that too. I think you have to almost do the TNT title method, and I'll tell you what that is. They put it on Cody in AEW because everybody saw him as a main eventer. And they're like, well, Cody would be world champion if he was allowed to be world champion. I think that's kind of what you do to establish it with a big main name, and then they can quickly, move on beyond that. But I think that's a good method to utilize. But not a bad lineup, and not only that, these people are going to get more.
Meaning, right? And then I want to do the exact same thing for the Intercontinental Championship for the women, where it's like, okay, that's the belt that's going to propel you to, to the world title, and it's going to be just a bigger, a bigger deal. So hopefully they do that because I'm with you on the whole, hey, we got to build challengers, we got to build people up because I mean the fact that I couldn't even off the top of my head name off all these women on Raw, I feel like that kind of tells us a little bit of where we're at with the women's division, and they just need to. I don't know, get that spark going, right? Because I feel like there's some people where you're like, yes, I know for a fact this person is a star on the women's division. And then you have other women who you're like, okay, based on the treatment of them, based on the presentation of them, they're on the lower card. And then there's those people that kind of fluctuate, but like they try to put them in as a top person, but it doesn't hit well because you know that they're not. So I don't want to see too many people. I want to see the people that have been fluctuating maybe be a little bit more concrete of like, okay, that's it. We're really going to see this person sort of propel themselves into the next level here on Raw. So hopefully we see that a little bit more with the women's division on Raw.
I'm done with this, man.
John Taylor says, I might be partially responsible for the betrayal of Fightful and SRS. Please accept this $5 as an apology. What?
The crown.
For one step full support.
Listen.
Raw backstage segments, maybe in the last 5 years.
Anything that you are looking at and you say, I'm giving that B's.
Oh, for ranking things? Let me see.
I mean, just off the top of your head. Doesn't have to be every segment.
Oh, I know what I give an F. Can I skip to F?
No, we'll go with B's so far. We'll get down to F.
Okay. All right, I guess I give a B to Bianca Belair and Nia Jax. That was fun.
You know what? I agree. And tag team match could have been, but ultimately it landed for a C. What about these?
Oh, you know what? The B category also goes to Julius and Brutus and Ray.
Oh my God, they were incredible.
that was good.
There was a very clear segment that falls into the next category of these.
Oh, I know what you're trying to do, Sean. You're not
What?
gonna get me. Not from this.
Bouncing off of what?
I'm not speaking anymore.
We have the Gunther promo, then Damien slams him through a table. I like this.
Wait, by the way, now I really wanted to give my F though.
Tough shit, you can give it later. Damian Priest hits Gunther with a razor's edge through the table. I think this is more of how the segment probably should have ended last week. Like, as you mentioned, like not some cutesy line. It was him whipping ass and standing tall over Gunther. I thought this was fine. It was solid.
Yeah, so what I really liked about this was that Damian Priest basically called out Gunther for lacking confidence, right? He's saying like, oh, Gunther is not, saying the same things that he normally would be saying, right? And he's got a point. We have been seeing this lack of confidence in Gunther to a certain extent, though. The one thing that I will say I've really been liking about what we've seen from Gunther the last 2 weeks is that instead of reacting in a jerking type of way to like a jerk type of way to Damian Priest, right, where he would call him like street trash and all of that stuff. I like that this time he's sort of unhinged in a way where last week we saw him attack Damian Priest from behind. This time, instead of using words, he just goes and he hits him with the microphone and they start brawling. So I like that we're seeing a more violent Gunther outside of his matches, right? Because Gunther's violent in the ring. We know that, of course. But outside, he's sort of been like the high and mighty. I'm riding on my tall horse, all of that. That's who Gunther has been. But now we're seeing more of a person that is just like physically violent, and I kind of like that.
I do too. This is something that I felt that this needed, and I think their match is going to be insanely good. Speaking about matches, I think are going to be insanely good. This triple threat Intercontinental title match at Survivor Series. Now, Braun Breaker was already going crazy during this match, going into the corner of that table. Incredible. Ludwig Kaiser is one of my guys that I think is really going to ascend in 2025. Like, he does all the right things, and he's starting to get that push and break away from Gunther a little bit. Sheamus getting involved. Denise, the wild thing is, if this were 9 or 10 years ago, I'd be like, oh, Sheamus, really? Here he is in his mid to late 40s, and I'm like, hell yeah, add Sheamus to this. Add him to this, because this is going to be even crazier now. And I think that they are going to go off on Saturday. Adam Pearce comes out, he aggressively makes the match, but he's, for a guy whose show is in disarray and chaos, he rewards chaos pretty often by doing it.
GM. It's a terrible GM. Nothing he does makes any sense anymore. Like, be real.
I agree. What do you think of this match and the triple threat that we're going?
So I loved the match. It was so funny because I practically spit out my own words because I was talking about how much I was doing the watch along and I'm like, oh my God, this match is so great, blah, blah, blah. And right when I said it, it was like I jinxed it. That was right when Sheamus came in and attacked the Kaiser. And I'm like, God dang it. Like, this is now DQ. But I was so into this match. And Sean, I don't know if you've noticed this, but dude, I'm convinced that Braun Breaker tries to like beat the speed at which he runs the ropes at every week. Because there's that dude, I mean, you've been seeing him for a long time now. That dude is running those ropes faster every week. I don't know how he's doing it, but no, I thought this match was really good. I actually thought that Ludwig Kaiser and Braun Breaker meshed very well. They had pretty good chemistry here together. And it made me want to see more. It really, really did. I don't hate Sheamus being part of this. And the only reason for that is, I mean, all right, let's think about when's the last time we got a really great triple threat match. WrestleMania 39. I loved that triple threat match with Drew and Sheamus and Gunther. That was so freaking good. And I think like ever since that match, anytime I see any one of those three guys in any triple threat match, it's left me with this wanting the same feeling that I felt when I watched them at WrestleMania 39. So Sheamus having been part of that, I want to see a similar version of that. And I feel like given that Braun Breaker with the speed and the intensity mixed in with Sheamus is hard hitting, And Lucas Kaiser's the one that we're not
Yeah.
here with, but that's going to be fun though because he'll be able to surprise us in this match and see what he can do.
Nell says, Denise, don't listen. You have a beautiful head. Title belts because they ripped him for it. Check out his stuff. Segments that have ever existed.
No, not worse than the Miz kidnapped one. The Miz kidnapped one was the corniest. This one was the second corniest.
Yeah, and Cross came in, and it was mainly that where she's like, Cross.
Because the part when she creeped up, when Scarlett was looking in the mirror and Nikki Cross came from behind, I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's right. That's like everybody's worst nightmare, right? It's like going in the mirror and seeing somebody behind them. That's remember when they used to say in school when you go
For some
and you
reason,
go to the
that
mirror
match
and you
was
say Bloody Mary
first
three
of all,
times,
the
Bloody
match
Mary
was
would appear.
The match went 25
Did
minutes.
tell you that
Did
in
we
school?
really?
Okay, so ever since I heard
Like
that in
25
school,
minutes?
in middle school,
I
I
would have
always
shafted
have
10
like a
minutes
little
on
bit of
her.
a fear where you look in the mirror and I'm like,
Shafted
oh my god, what if
15
someone
minutes
pops
on
up behind me? I love that part. I love that part. But afterwards, when Cross walked in and Scarlett, I just thought it was bad timing because he walked in and Scarlett was just kind of there. And then there was a moment where she was like, okay, like now I gotta act like I'm so freaked out. Whereas I think she should have been freaking out and going crazy before Karrion Cross opened the door because when he opened the door and she wasn't going crazy yet, it was kind of stupid because then she started going crazy and I'm like, shouldn't you have been crazy before the door?
all that comes next. Much love to you, and of course you.
I knew you were gonna freaking phone call. And I'm like, what? We were having a serious discussion in the middle of the day. I'm pleading with that.
You hate to see it. You hate to.
Jones. I thought we got a lot of pretty good wrestling on today's Raw. But what I liked about this in particular, though, is you mentioned Julius Creed, and Julius Creed really was the standout during this. There was a moment where, from interviewing him, is that he's got a lot of personality. I can't wait till they show that end of things for him. But no, this was a really fun match. Like they could run this back. You know how sometimes they run back a couple of matches? I feel like they could run this one back a couple of times and I wouldn't get sick of it. Oh, my favorite part in this, my favorite part was afterwards when the match ended and Julius goes and he like is being carried by Chad Gable. And it's funny because Chad Gable's the smallest one and then Bruce.
But you know what he's doing now, which isn't much. But I mean, the Creeds have benefited. I want to see the Creeds continue to benefit. And Julius certainly is.
They'll get there. Visually, they look great, all three of them. And they're adding more personality to their group every week.
And they're winning. And that's what's important. They're winning, and I think that is crucial to what they are doing. Meet Norma says, here's a small sack of monies. Not going live for Raw. Been a great run. Denise as well. But I want to tell you guys about another series of content creators that make Denise give us some clout, and then you.
The Ghosted and the Ghoster.
That same person who is well over twice your age is going to take that clip and just, I don't want to know what they'll do to it. DW Pringle says, Step host shall never be muted again. You'll be missed. Thanks for playing along with us. Best wishes. I mean, guys, I think you all forget just how innocent Denise was when we plucked her out of obscurity, which is
I had
doing
25,000 subscribers when I got hired by Fightful. I was working with Sean Walters.
It went 2 minutes.
Fightful Pro Wrestling. We're not.
This time I'm gonna put the in the car.
I didn't see shit. There was nothing for me to tell you.
I will
if I
say,
did or if I didn't. You know?
Denise once got blamed for giving me a scoop
For 2 years. I got blamed for 2 years.
that the literal head of a company gave me. Which was
Yeah, and I got blocked by people from that company because they believed that I gave you that scoop. And I also got ghosted for a bit and they wouldn't give me
Oh
interviews.
shit!
I was being blamed for that. And I didn't even
Oh,
for a whole year. I had no idea that I was blamed for something. And I just had to take the L. And what can you do?
I love it. I love it. So our Truth Judgment Day segment backstage. Then we get the War Raiders losing to Judgment Day because Dominic got involved, and I thought this was the weakest possible finish. After months and months of them not defending the titles, we get 300-pound Ivar getting his head draped over the ropes, and then a roll-up pin to beat him. Man, that one doesn't hit with me. I thought that finish sucked. That finish was bad. Couldn't get with that one at all. I really liked Finn and JD's team. It's a fantastic team.
How would you know you haven't seen them defend the titles? How
Well,
would you know you like them as a team?
Well, maybe it's the excellence in absence, so to speak. Like when I've seen them, they've been very good. Maybe if I saw more of them, I would have reasons to dislike them, but I don't. Except for this, I saw this terrible finish on Raw. Woo! That was
I think we were all very desperate to see brand new champions. We just want to see the tag team titles defended, and the fact that they're keeping the titles on them longer. I think we should all just like say sayonara to the tag team titles because we ain't gonna see them defended for however long. I don't know if they were maybe waiting to save a title change for a PLE. That's probably why they didn't do it. But at this point, bro, I don't care if it would have happened on Speed or Main Event. Just change the damn titles at this point. I don't even care who. I just want to see brand new tag team champions, and I want to see the titles actually be defended.
Jared says favorite Denise moment, Raw after Mania 39. SRS got her with these nuts, she called it. And those go away when the pandemic started. Never cursed on the air, Denise. Oh boy. Let's talk about New Day. Alpha Academy beat New Day real quick. I'd say 1A, 1B for best on the show. Listen, Alpha Academy get the win. That ain't what we're talking about. That's just the reality. BL says New Day nearly breaking up the same day SRS. And did you mean to say Conehead? Because you put Cumhead. Immediately get backstage and argue. And there was so much that went down here. I can barely remember it all. This is one of the best dissension angles I've ever seen. Because they were going full on each other. You don't hear Brock Lesnar's name dropped anymore. Kofi Kingston said, "You've never won a title." Xavier says, "Yeah, well, when you did, you lost in 6 seconds to Brock Lesnar." They talk about what they've done for each other, how they were always there for each other. Kofi says, "You've never won a singles title." He's like, "But I was there holding your cape, dancing behind you, all that stuff. And the reason why me and Big E never let you call the shots is because you're too volatile. You're a hothead. You're too unpredictable." This got very personal and played off of all their history. Played off of so many things that they've done and what they've not done. This was an all-timer segment. I thought this was perfect.
Yeah, I said earlier at the top of the show that I thought this was the best backstage segment in at least the last 5 years. I mean, maybe something else would pop up in my head, but no, I truly feel that was really good for multiple reasons. The big one being that they really, really went below the belt. I mean, Sean, you've been in arguments. I've been in arguments. Everyone here has been in arguments. And I always see it this way. If you are so angry at someone, you kind of say things you don't mean or you hit below the belt because you simply want to win the argument. We've all been there. And to me, that is exactly what Kofi and Xavier Woods did. One guy would say something, you'd be like, "Oh, well, this year, I'm going to say this day, you hurt my feelings, so now I got to go even lower than you." oh, well, you hurt my feelings with that. Now I got to go even lower than you. And that's exactly what we saw here. And the thing was that because of their close friendship, they were able to get so personal. And hearing those personal attacks, you're watching this and you're going, he really went there. When you mentioned the Brock thing, that was the one that got me the most. The Brock one, I'm like, oh shit, he really went there. Like, I almost feel like that's just like it's the fans that usually talk about that and talk shit about it, of course, and all of that. But you don't really hear about it being brought up on TV, nevertheless, in this type of method. So this was kind of like a really, it was so good. It was so good. I thought that they really did a good job with this, and I don't know if they had plans for this to be as good as it was, but it truly has been one of the almost like hidden gem moments of Monday Night Raw because all of these moments between Woods and Kofi and this breakup have happened.
I like angles where a person or an act can advance. One, by not being in the title picture, and two, not necessarily winning. Like when Hangman Page loses on AEW, we're like, oh, what crazy shit is he gonna do now? he's gonna descend into madness. And voted the 10-year anniversary of New Day, and that's next week. And Big E was all over that video package. Then they changed the graphic. Yeah, and then there was the graphic, and it just had those two. To me, I don't think there's any way that he doesn't show up in some capacity next week. I think he's got to show up. Like, you still got him under contract. Got to see him. In Simmons says, what I loved was Wood sounded frustrated and exploded, but Kofi actually talked down to Woods like a heel.
I'm still on the contract, I'm still employed, but I can't wrestle. But I do like the show. I do like doing the pre-show
I don't know the difference
and being
there.
in the press, being in a lot of these interviews.
There was some real disrespect.
I still love the movie.
There was some real disrespect there. And it hit really, really well. It played on my emotions. I felt something as it related to this team who I am invested in, even though I haven't been as interested in them in the recent years. But I have been invested in these guys. I like them personally. I like them professionally. I like them as performers. So seeing this makes me go, oh, damn. And it tugs on the heartstrings. That's what it was supposed to do. I think a perfect pro wrestling segment, Denise.
Yeah, those are the ones that you're gonna actually go back and watch in a couple of years from now, because we all have those like segments that we go back and watch, right?
Yes.
And then there's some where I'm like, I don't even care. I'm never gonna watch that again. But this one's one that I'm like, I will go back and watch this in like 5 years from now when I want to go down a rabbit hole.
This is one the engagement farmers, including our own social media guy, will be like, when Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods went in on each other.
1 year ago today, November 25th.
Hell no. They gonna do that. Now they just go, remember the time? We got Zach Schimmel, our good friend, saying, 4 and 2, Denise. It was wonderful seeing you the last 5 years. Swear jars, the screw job at TCW. The nicknames like Hollywood and the Hammer. Thank you for everything, Denise. I forgot how and why you got the hammer.
The hammer, it was a Blue Chew read, and I said something about laying down the hammer or bringing down.
Yeah, you said that if you had a dick, it'd be an enormous dick.
I probably said
You did say that. That was a thing that you said. Absolutely was. Patrick Moore says, oh, less than a year watching you all. Main takeaway for me is that Denise has a better Blue Chew pitch. I appreciate you all. Listen,
my Blue Chew read?
My Blue Chew reads have over 300,000 views on YouTube alone, and that's just from the compilation. BL says,
Sean, you haven't seen my Blue Chew read.
Plan B.
BlueChew.com.
Someone just sent you money to tell you that mine is better.
He's wrong.
Someone
BL
gave money to tell you mine was better, and you still want to.
Just wanted to say thanks, both of you, for keeping me up to date on Raw. You can send those in at humperchats.com. Go to 2K events, and there are people. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to see you go out like this. It really is.
Expression for that.
Io's in the back. Oh, shit, it's going down. Right there. They know it. That looks so badass. Just two people that I want to see slug it out.
Have that end with Bianca, and then you have Rhea Ripley, who's like the biggest star for the women, or even just like in general, one of the biggest stars in WWE. And Bianca Belair is also a star in her own right, and Rhea Ripley's also a really great wrestler. So you really got the two cream of the crop, really just like who the hell do you even root for? Who the hell do you even cheer for? And just like the possible
Well,
matchup.
don't tag
I mean,
count
oh,
have been
it's
deactivated, but employed by us that they have been deactivated.
It's a match that I gotta see. KE775 says, do you think them teasing Rhea and Bianca is a bad sign for Jade's Mania prospects? Don't think it's a great thing. But Dream Ninja says the Bianca Rhea tease, money, Mania main event. Yes, to me, it is Mania main event quality. And I think it's a good opportunity to go there. Listen, I know CM Punk wants his Mania main event real bad too. He's going to be around a while. I don't know if we get The Rock next year. I don't know if it's going to happen based on his filming schedule. I know that, like, because as I look at things right now, that his filming schedule looks like it'd be tough. But I'll try to find out more. But Rhea, Bianca is main event Mania quality. Not just that. Like, I don't have an idea of who's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble right now. I think John Cena wins the men's. I don't know who wins the women's. Like, it's the most wide open it's ever been.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know anything that's happening no more. I'm just here along for the ride, and I'm just waiting to see what happens because I truly don't even know. And like even you mentioning John Cena, I'm like, sure, that's a great option, and it may actually happen. But I'm like, I truly can't even say 100% that I agree because I don't know. Feels like there's just a lot of options right now.
Tim Grace is popping in to see Loved.
Was really trying to send a message to Bianca Belair of like, we good? We good? Like, I know we've had.
Punk had a phone call this weekend, and I think there were 2 or 3 people that I told that I knew about that phone call as we were heading into Survivor Series, and I was like, it's gonna be a long week for me. It's gonna be a long week. Denise.
Gotta try that TV out.
Are we done? Did I graduate? I think I graduated eventually. Finally did. I finally graduated.
People send super chat and number chat, by the way. Give Denise the proper farewell. Send a super chat and number chat. So here's how it will go on. Denise and I
that loud.
There you go. We'll continue to do content together like that.
It's only like 11, not even like 12. Hell, they're late.
Love having
Yeah, I wonder what they think of
you will keep the same rate. I will assure you that the highest paid wrestling content reviewer of all time is South Toledo. I know what they're making over You're beating a certain something. Goes to your head reduction surgeries. Years and years, you got something to work with. WWE is adding a mid-card title on SmackDown for the women's division in the form of the Women's United States Championship. WWE is now adding a Women's Intercontinental Championship on Monday night. We have 2 secondary titles in both women's divisions. On
top of that, you got 2 men's tag team titles. On top of that, you got women's tag team titles. It's overkill. It's overkill. We don't need women's tag team titles, and we certainly don't need 2 men's tag team titles. You got to consolidate. At some point, you got to say, all right, man, I think we bit off a little bit more than we can chew. I think we messed up. WWE had it the right way going into WrestleMania. Coming out of WrestleMania, they seemingly split the titles in a decision I still don't understand. And we're now going into December. That happened back in the beginning of April. And we got nowhere since. Something needs to change. Another DQ here. Or another interference, I should say. Not really a DQ. Should have been a DQ, but interference. Judgment Day wins by outside interference. Sheamus, he had outside interference with Braun Breaker and Ludwig Kaiser. So, how many matches tonight? I think all the matches tonight, basically, outside the Texas Tornado match, which was no rules, that even had interference. It's no rules. That was legal, at least. Every match tonight had some form of outside interference or DQ. Moving on. The New Day. They're celebrating a 10-year anniversary on Monday night next week on Raw. No announcement of Big E as of yet. I do anticipate Big E will be there on Monday night next week. If he's not, I think that's kind of fucked up. He basically is more of a New Day member than anybody else, to be quite honest with you. So he is definitely going to be there next week. I don't know if he's going to get physical. I don't know what his status is. I don't know if he's ever going to get cleared, but he will be there on Monday. So the New Day, they were backstage. Xavier and Kofi were smiling. They saw the vignette that played on the New Day celebration, 10-year anniversary being celebrated next week. And Xavier says he wants Kofi and him to get past their recent issues and that he loves Kofi. Kofi says he loved him too. Xavier said next week will be the biggest night of their career. Let's go out there and show them that the New Day still has it. So they walk through the curtain and they are about to get out there and wrestle Otis and Akira Tozawa of the Alpha Academy. No, I don't constitute Otis and Akira as a tag. Sorry. Doesn't fly with me. That doesn't work for me, brother. This tag team match lasted 1 minute. 1 minute. I looked down, I looked up, it was over. I looked up and I said, what? I was definitely taken by surprise. Kofi started. Xavier immediately tagged his back to tag himself in.
Yeah.
Now, Joe Tess on commentary was even frustrated because he even thought that what Xavier did was fucking stupid. They're already disagreeing, and the match just started after they just told each other they loved them backstage 60 seconds ago. Otis landed a caterpillar on Xavier. Tozawa landed a top rope sky high senton. And that was it. That was it. Akira Tozawa, he pins Xavier Woods in 1 minute. And the New Day lose to the Alpha Academy. What on earth did I just see? Said Wade Barrett. You saw the New Day lose to a jobber. That's what you saw, Wade. Kofi was not happy. This might have been the best thing on the show. Kofi asked Xavier what that was all about. Xavier yelled that he called the play, and he should have run the play and not just stand there. What play was that? Kofi started the match. Xavier tagged himself in out of nowhere for no reason whatsoever. Kofi says that wasn't the play he called. Xavier says he doesn't listen and thinks he's bigger than everyone else. Cameraman obviously following them as they're walking up the aisleway, arguing. Cameraman follows them through the curtain, through the back, through Gorilla. They walk backstage through another curtain, and then they stop. Kofi says he gave him his Intercontinental Championship title shot and has done nothing but help him recently. And all Xavier has done has fumbled. He's fumbled everything. He says he held his damn cape when he won the King of the Ring. He gave him his Intercontinental title shot. He did nothing with it. He fumbled everything. He says he and Big E didn't let him call the shots for a reason, because Xavier always fumbles. Says he takes unnecessary risks. Xavier said Kofi was scared to fail and didn't get a world title shot until he came along. I'm the reason you became WWE champion. Kofi says he was a Hall of Famer before Xavier even came around, and that's why they asked him to be a part of the group. Don't you ever forget that. He then told Xavier he's yet to win a singles title. He said the reason he's never been a world champion like him and Big E is because you have never been good enough. And that's not my fault. Xavier was getting really angry. So he pulled out the one thing that I know still eats Kofi Kingston alive to this day. And this is not Kofi's fault. I don't blame Kofi for this. I blame Vince McMahon for this terrible booking decision. Xavier took a deep breath and said he was good enough to take beatings for him over and over and over again. And he said Kofi pissed away Kofi Mania in 6 seconds to Brock Lesnar and lost everything he worked so hard for. Kofi was so upset. Kofi says, I'll see you at the reunion, brother. And turned and left, and Xavier was standing there with, basically, you couldn't see it, but he had steam coming out of his fucking nostril, man. He was heated. The New Day is in shambles. This was fucking great. When the New Day is serious, they are great. When Xavier is serious, he's great. When Kofi is serious, he's great. Same thing when Big E got serious. They were great. And they always backed it up, and they leveled up the intensity when they had to in those moments. I don't know where we're going with this. After all these weeks of us seeing this play out, I genuinely still sit here looking at you guys through this camera, speaking into this microphone, and I genuinely don't know where we go. And I commend WWE for that. So many times we watch pro wrestling and it's very predictable. We know who's coming out. We know who's coming in. Nothing is kept secret anymore. Nothing is a surprise anymore. Outcomes of matches are very predictable. More so than any time I remember being a fan. The one thing that we've gotten throughout this entire New Day saga playing out on television over the last 2 months is that we genuinely don't know what's going to happen. We don't know where it's going to go. And I love that. Xavier Woods has his reasons for wanting to kill Kofi Kingston and turn his back on Kofi Kingston and basically piss away 10 years of the New Day. Kofi Kingston has all the reason in the world to basically dump Xavier Woods and go back to being a singles performer and letting Xavier float out there on his own, just festering in the fact that he was never good enough to get it done on his own. We don't know what Big E is thinking. Big E's been on the pre-shows and he's been an analyst when WWE's asked him to. We haven't heard a single peep about Big E and what he thinks about this. We don't know if Big E's even paying attention. We don't know a status on Big E. We don't know if he's cleared, if he will ever be cleared, if we will ever see the New Day ever again, complete as a threesome. But the one thing that I love about all this is the fact that you don't know where it's going to go. You don't know who's going to turn on who, if anyone's going to turn on anyone. We don't know what the New Day future is going to be. Are they going to completely fizzle out? Are they going to fucking completely kill the group? Is everybody going to go their separate ways? There's 3 or 4 different directions this thing could go. actually played this out through all the bullshit that we got. Because the New Day story was vastly different.
Wait, hold on a second.
We got Odyssey Jones that was in this thing. Remember him? They fired him for whatever reason. Domestic abuse, domestic violence, reason. So we don't know what this storyline was going to look like with his inclusion. They dumped him, and then they continued to tell the story. I don't know what the story was supposed to be then. I don't know if it was going to morph into what we see now. I don't know if they went a completely different direction with his termination. But one thing remains out of all of it. The New Day story that's been playing out on television has been the most interesting the New Day has been in several years. There was a point where they were bored. There was a point where they were very stagnant. They basically became every week television. It's like in a bad way. You got the New Day every week. And how many times can you be fed the New Day before it kind of doesn't taste good anymore? Like being fed food 3 or 4 times a week, the same food 3 or 4 times a week. You know, you love it, but then you grow tired of it. You grow bored of it. You want something new. The New Day was always there. The New Day was that comforting feeling on Monday night. Big E with the over-the-top entrances to get people excited, the dancing, the unicorns, the trombones, the partying, the sexual gyrations, the sexual innuendos. It's got a little tiresome. Were they a great tag team? Of course they were. Are they one of the best tag teams that WWE's ever had? Yes, they are. Are they the greatest ever? No. They still are a great tag. But in 2025, after 10 years, sometimes you need just a little bit of a change. You need something new. You need something to spice it up. I think this New Day storyline has spiced up the New Day to a point where this is the most interesting both Kofi and Xavier have been in several years. And kudos to them for that. Kudos to WWE for recognizing that the New Day needed some sort of facelift, new coat of paint. Next week is going to be very, very interesting. I'm very interested, very excited to see what they do next week and how things potentially could implode. Sometimes we just want to watch the world burn. I'm saying I want
To be involved. And if he's going to be involved, and he's going to be a match.
All right, now let's get into the AEW Full Gear. Beat down the man of the match this week with R-Truth. Why is this attack? Here is AEW Full Gear review. Big Boom AJ and Big Justin Lee. AEW weekend pay-per-view of 2024. Now this is the show I saw on Saturday. Mike will talk about it a little bit. John Moxley defends the AEW World Championship against Orange Cassidy in the main event. We got Kyle Fitz to look to prove himself one-on-one against Will Ospreay. And we got MJF takes on Walter Strong after Adam Cole couldn't get the job done. Again, Coach Yusei Takada. We got Konose Takada will defend the AEW International Championship against Ricochet. Also, we got Daniel Garcia look to become the new TNT champion when he takes on Jack Perry. And we got Adam Heyman Page go one-on-one with Jay White in a rematch from Wrestle Dreams. The AEW Tag Team Championship will be on the line in a fatal four-way match with Private Party, House of Black, the Outrunners, and the Acclaim. And then we got Mercedes Moné defend the AEW TV Championship against Chris Statlander. All right. Here at AEW.
Now let's talk about this full gear. Full gear was in Newark, New Jersey last night. They put 10,000 people in the Prudential Center, which is a great crowd. By the time we got to those final few matches, it may as well have been half that because these people were exhausted. And I can't blame them. I was exhausted just sitting in my house. I was so hopped up during the day, I could have peeled off 6 or 7 miles easily on the elliptical. I was full of energy during the day. I was feeling good. By the last third of this show, it was a struggle. And it's not only these marathon shows that they do, it's the fact that they run from one match to the next without any real break in between. It's just, they don't even bother with many replays or anything like that. I mean, hell, during some of the matches last night, there were a couple of spots in there. There was one, I want to say it was during the Takeshita match when he dropped Ricochet on top of the barricade outside. It looked pretty brutal. And it might have been Nigel, whoever it was on commentary, said, oh, yeah, we should see that again. I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's worthy of a replay. No replay. You couldn't be bothered with a replay. They just go boom, 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 and it's just on to the next. On to the next 20-minute match with 67 near falls and just beats you down. You know, the formatting of these shows does these wrestlers no favors when they're out there. They're killing themselves, and nobody gives a shit. When you have 9 or 10 matches on a show, 12 if you count the pre-show, you can't afford to have too much time in between the matches because the last thing we need is for these shows to be even longer. So the only solution then is to not have as many matches. That's never going to happen because that's just not what Tony Khan wants. I told the story already of what Tony Schiavone said on his podcast. It was one of the podcasts earlier this year about Tony Khan wanting match after match after match. Even Tony Schiavone, even the people that work there have tried to talk to Tony about, hey, you know, let's have an event center segment during, you know, Dynamite. Let's try this, let's try that. And they were all shot down. He said, no, it has to be all action all the time. The Full Gear was a heel-heavy night. We had Jon Moxley retaining the AEW World Title. Post-match was a huge clusterfuck. And there are good clusterfucks, and there are bad clusterfucks, but it was a clusterfuck. One thing I disagree with are the people saying that it didn't make any sense. It actually did make sense. I'm going to defend AEW on this. You absolutely can make sense of who showed up and why. And it created a lot of chaos around the World Championship, which is something that this company sorely needs right now. So when we get to that main event, we're going to talk about that finish and post-match, and I'm going to tell you why it was a good thing. The Moxley retains. Bobby Lashley not only beats Swerve Strickland, but does so convincingly. Another heel win. Konosuke Takeshita retains the international title. Another heel win. Kyle Fletcher gets the biggest win of his life over Will Ospreay. Another heel win. Mercedes Moné retains the TBS Championship. Another heel win. And MJF beat Roderick Strong. So it was a good night to be bad. Unless you're the Costco guys. Not only was the heel heavy, but all but Moxley really won their match clean. I know Shelton Benjamin was kind of poking his nose into the match with Swerve and Lashley, but then he got ejected. And it didn't really factor into the finish of the match. So all of them really, except Moxley, they won their match clean. A lot of clean heel wins. You know, we get so many matches with interference and distractions in both companies. It's nice to see so many clean finishes on one show. I thought that was a welcome change. But let's start with the 0-hour pre-show. We'll go blow by blow here and get into the details. They had 3 matches on the pre-show. Anna Jay beat Deonna Purrazzo. They worked in front of half the house because people were still filing into the building, so not a lot of noise for this. I thought the match itself was fine. Buddy Matthews won a 4-way match over Dante Martin, Commander, and the Beast Mortos. This was slapped together last minute. It was very entertaining. Matthews was super over with the crowd. I don't know if there's any relevance to that being in New Jersey, but this crowd loved Buddy Matthews. That's good because he picked up the win.
All right, hold on. Might want to end the video here. I think I made this long enough.
less than a week away from Survivor Series. I've been enjoying the uploads on WWE's Vault channel on YouTube. They've been posting a lot of Survivor Series matches from the 80s and 90s. If you want some good recommendations, I suggest the 1989 show. 1995 was a good year for Survivor Series. 1996, 2002, widely regarded as maybe the best opening.
Oh, I had Jimmy watching this.
Now, before I get into full gear, I want to get something off my chest. AEW had its Dynamite Go Home show on Wednesday. This is the absolute worst that I have ever seen from this company. It did nothing to get me excited for that show last year. There are dead bodies in crime scenes that have more life to them than that show had. And this got a lot of people very upset. So much so that I spent the majority of my day on Thursday arguing with the sickos over my opinion, which greatly impacted their quality of life. Because for many of them, AEW was all they had. And a strike upon AEW is a strike upon them all. So I wanted to just run through a sampling of some of these messages because I'm seeing stuff like this more and more, and it just has to stop. So, one thing that I heard from a couple of people, you've changed. That was one that I got. You've changed. No, I haven't changed. AEW changed. And I'm reacting accordingly to the things that I don't like. Would you rather I lie to you and tell you everything is great? Everything is not great. And I'm not going to lie about that. You used to be one of us. Which felt like the peak for AEW. That was a great show. That show generated a ton of excitement, and that excitement makes me a lot of money too. I wish every show could be like that. I want to get something off my chest.
Alright, I will end the video. Welcome to Survivor Series. We remember this since the Pure Fusing Collective to target damage control in the title tournament.
Anna, Caden, Kyrie, Io. We don't need tag teams in the women's division. We don't. You gotta build story. And you gotta build superstars who are comparable to everybody else who's higher up on that ladder. You gotta build everybody up. This is a great opportunity now to build somebody up who hasn't been given an opportunity to break through. You see what they're doing on SmackDown. The names that are in that tournament. Chelsea is an odds-on favorite. She's coming along. Naomi. How many people?
Alright, well, my point is end the video. I had to whisper, I can't be that loud tonight. But anyway, just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Hit that like button, leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll be back with more. I will do some live streaming with you. I'll do a live stream on SmackDown. Until next time, I'll see y'all later.